This is going to be about Wels catfish, European Wels, Silurus glannis, and the Indian Shovelnose confrontation. The Indian Shovelnose joined this tank more than half a year ago, and of all the fish that are in there, at least currently, he only dislikes the Wels catfish, who are called the great white. Right now he's in his favorite spot, right here on the right side of the tank, under the waterfall, which is what he likes. That's always been his spot. But half the time the Indian Shovelnose keeps him on the left hand side, and it's almost funny that when the Wels is on the left hand side over there, the Indian Shovelnose for the most part stays by him as if he's guarding and making sure that the Wels doesn't leave his spot. Here's the Indian Shovelnose. He's about 3 feet. The Wels is about 5.5 feet, I want to say. Maybe 6. The Indian Shovelnose's nickname is Wabiboo, which stands for wannabe boss. But it's no drama anymore. Maybe some of you remember that in the beginning there was some rather significant fighting where Wabiboo would bite the Wels, and eventually Wels learned to fight back. There he is. Here the Wels is like, get away from me. The Wels learned to fight back, and Wabiboo had some bites on his back. But this seems to be long past. The status quo for the last half a year or so is that, as I said, the Wels is kept most of the time over there to the left hand side. His fins are a bit tethered because Wabiboo likes to latch on his pectoral fins. His tail fin is also a little bit tethered, but mostly Wabiboo targets the pectoral fins. And also, obviously, his maxillary barbels are too short. That's probably Wabiboo is doing also. So I've had enough of that. There has been no change in this state. I don't see any prospect of this improving, where the Wels would put Wabiboo in his place and dominate him. As my friend and teacher when it comes to Wels, Russ, known as Wednesday 13 on the Monster Fish Keepers forums, always says Wels are babies. So he's acting like a baby. He cannot fight back. He just sits there where he's chased to and sulks. Once in a while he gets out, like right now, but this is an exception. 90% of the time or more, Wabiboo makes him sit over there. There he comes again towards him. And as I said, it's funny. It's like Wabiboo just sits right there, a few feet away from the great white, and doesn't move. Neither one moves for hours. Well, wabibu can take off, swim a lap, or just change position and then park itself again and watch the great white sit in his sulking corner. So I don't see this improving at all, not going anywhere, and I don't like it. The great white is by far and large more valuable fish, more rare fish, and irreplaceable fish. Then the Indian shovelnose. Here you see he's coming closer and closer. Sooner or later he's gonna start driving or herding wels to his corner, to the other side. Long story longer. We're gonna take out wabibu. By the way, he was placed here because he was pestering piraiba in the former jumbo 4,500 gallon. That was about 8 months ago, whatnot. So that's why he came here. But the piraiba is gone, and he's not stopping bothering the great white. So I think I'm gonna take him out and put him back in the same 4,500 gallon, which now doesn't have any catfish for him to bully. He mostly focuses on the catfish, and only the bottom dwelling ones are, like in the case of paroons, when they come to the bottom he strives to keep them off the bottom. He picks and chooses his targets. Here comes Widmer. He picks and chooses his targets. It looks like he's okay with everybody here except for the whales. I have not seen him bother paroons in this tank, but he was doing it a lot, or at least I saw it quite a bit in the 4,500. Okay, let's go get him and put him back in the tank he came from. Hopefully it doesn't bother anybody there. There's only peacock bass and other perch in there. Some cichlids, tilapia. The bigger bed is there. Barramundi, Nile perch, and the silver arowana. I have nowhere else to put him yet. No big enough tank that would suit him, at least for his size. So we'll have to play, I guess we'll have to play the musical chairs again. Alright, I was able to net the little nuisance without going in the water from the outside. I'm gonna try and transfer him into this bag. We'll go from there. Alright, we managed to bag him. We're going back. Okay, here we are back at home. I'm really hoping you will have nobody to harass here. But time will show how you feel about all the perch likes and the arowana and the cichlids and the gourami.